the bottom line is that Fergie's in limbo, or the Duchess of York, as they like to call her back in the United States. She is in limbo. She's not quite sure what she wants to do. What we can tell you, though, is that Prince Andrew and Sarah have spoken. It would have been a very tetchy conversation, naturally, but Sarah and Andrew meeting for the first time after this scandal, you know, it's kind of going to be one of those things of, well, what have you done now? You know, she is the mother of his children. And the bottom line is, he will not be kicking her out of the home. I think for Prince Andrew, he's always been one of her staunchest and loyalist supporters. And you have to remember that they are still really good chums. I think this might sound slightly odd, but if you listen to the tape, when she says things about him being whiter than white, in a funny sort of way, that's given him an even better ringing endorsement over here in England, because we're always a bit funny about, well, exactly what does he do? So now she's actually said, he's a great guy, you know, he's nice, don't worry about him, I'm the baddie. So she's cast herself as a panto villain, really. I get the impression from somebody like Beatrice and Eugenie that it's kind of like, oh, Mum, what have you done now? You know, they kind of know she's a bit hapless. So I think they've supported her on that level. But Prince Andrew himself, you know, I mean, he's had his fair share of scrapes. She stood by him. So, you know, there's none bigger than this, let's be honest. But I think that she'll survive. I think the biggest problem that she's got is working out how she's going to face Her Majesty the Queen. Because Andrew is one thing, but the Queen is another. And they have a very, very close bond. They're good friends. Even though she doesn't go every Christmas, you know, to Balmoral and all that sort of stuff, you know, Sarah and the Queen have developed a really strong friendship. Definitely she will meet with the Queen. It's something that Sarah really wants to do herself. I think she kind of thinks if there's anybody that needs to apologise to, it's her. Whether they kiss and make up at the end of it is another matter, but they will definitely meet. You know, the public actually do like Sarah Ferguson, but the continual bashing by our tabloid press here in England basically make it worse for Sarah to pull herself back. But I can see it going on things, you know, like chat shows, women's shows. She will do a bit of crying, a bit of grovelling, and I think if she could get that picture with her and Prince Andrew maybe having an intimate dinner somewhere or walking in the grounds of a royal palace, that could do a lot to seal her comeback, because if the royal family, and in particular he, has forgiven her, why can't the public? It'll be a clever marketing move.